Hello guys, myself Rakshana pursuing BSc Horns Agriculture in AC and RA curriculum. Today I am held with the topic GATT, which is abbreviated as General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, which comes under international economics. So let's get started. What is GATT? GATT is nothing but a multilateral agreement regulating international trade. To ensure you, tariff means a tax or duty to be paid on a particular goods imported or exported into a country. And trade means the action of buying and selling goods and services, which you might be familiar. Stepping into the background of GATT, globalization starts blossoming in 1890s. By the end of 19th century, trade was very free as it started smoothly but faced a sharp decline in the world trade by 1930s. So to increase the economy of the country, they tried imposing many proposals. One of the such proposal is ITO, International Trade Organization, but it got failed. This failure has led to the creation of a GATT. At last, on October 30th, 1947, 23 countries signed an agreement GATT at Geneva headquarters. Later, Geneva was designated as the headquarters of GATT by 1948. And to the next 40 years, it was under process and reduced the trade barriers. Members. On October 30th, 1947, 23 countries signed an agreement at Geneva. Finally, in 1994, 128 countries had signed GATT. Next, looking into the objectives of GATT, the main objective is to improve the trade between countries, to raise the standard of living, to increase the economy and income as well as the demand, improving trade and reducing the tariff to ensure cooperation, coordination among the countries, effective utilization of the world resources. These are the few objectives of GATT. Trade rounds. Trade round was conducted randomly, but yearly negotiation among the participant countries sharing their positive and negative was held and discussed further on tariff and trade improvement. First round was Geneva round took place in 1947 and involved 23 countries. A final agreement which is signed for 45,000 goods affecting some $10 billion worth of trade. The next 4 to 5 rounds like Annecy, Torquay, Geneva 2, Dillon and Kennedy. These are the 5 rounds. These rounds continue stabilizing international trade by introducing tariff on wider and wider variety of goods. Next, the Tokyo round. The Tokyo round was conducted in 1973. It is a dramatic increase in the number of countries participating in the trade from 48 in the Kennedy round to 102 in the Tokyo round. In addition to continuation to reducing the tariff, the Tokyo round for the first time in the history of GATT, not just with a tariff but also with non-tariff barriers in the trade. To clear you, non-tariff barriers means the measure used by states to restrict trade including quotas, sanitary and phytosanitary measures in order for the safety of the country, raising customs, etc. The final round was the Uruguay round conducted in 1986. The Uruguay round involved 123 countries and focused on wide variety of goods beyond reducing the tariff. The average tariff was just 5%. It extended into the areas of agricultural, textile and clothing and service industries. World Trade Organization was established to rule on claims of treaty violation. WTO replaced the GATT as an international organization. GATT still exists as the WTO's umbrella treaty for trade in goods. The most recent round was held at November 2001 in Doha. It was the current trade negotiation round of the World Trade Organization. It specifically focuses on the issues related to agriculture, access to patented medicine, special and differential treatment, and implementation issues. From GATE to WTO. GATE was converted from a provisional agreement into a formal international organization called World Trade Organization with effect from January 1, 1995. These are the few differences between GATE and WTO. GATE was a hawk and provisional, but WTO is an agreement and permanent. GATE had contracting parties, but WTO has members. These are the differences which created from GATE to WTO. Next, stepping into the GATE and India's relationship. GATE and India. India was one of the 23 founding contracting parties to the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade that was concluded in October 1947. GATE and India pharma industry. GATE strengthened the India's pharma industry sector and improved the research base. It was only after the GATE trade round that Indian drug industry was allowed to patent its own product. GATE and India's agricultural sector. The main objective of the GATE treaty is to reform the world trade into a big huge number. GATE and India's agriculture sector is divided into three main phases. Number one, market access. In this market access, the GATE members were asked to replace all the trade barriers and to allow Indian supplies into the country. Tariff reduced by 24% to 36%. Secondly, domestic support. Developed countries also supported India to grow their domestic consumption. India has a big domestic market. Finally, export competition. Indian agriculture industry has always been strong. India only had competition when it comes to sale in developed countries. Finally, I am going to conclude this. Concluding with GATT was big step towards trade liberalization by conducting a total of 8 trade rounds among several nations by solving the trade disputes. Thank you. Thank you for your patient listening. If you find this video useful, please do hit the like button. Thank you.